Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Gopi Janvalabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Gopi Janvalabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Gopi Janvalabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Gopi Janvalabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana
Jaya Gopi Janvalabha
Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Jaya Gopi Janvalabha Girivaradhari
Gopi
Janvalabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana
Jaya Gopi Janvalabha Jaya Jaya Naranjana
Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Radha Kanta Radha Kanta Shri Radhe
Radha Radha Kanta Radha Kanta Radha Kanta Shri Radhe
Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai
Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Nitai.
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Bhakta Prahlad
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Bhakta Prahlad.
Jaya Jagana Jaya Jagana Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra
Jaya Jagannataya Jagannataya Baladevaya Subhadra.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Shila Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Shila Prabhupada ki Jagat Guru Shila Prabhupada ki Savior of the whole universe Shila Prabhupada ki. What we can speak of the glories of Srila Prabhupada, it's limitless. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Together. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Giraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhakti Neshti. So Vaishakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyayocha Putanam Bhaktibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Humbly requesting the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas to please empower me that I may be given the ability to speak, to glorify the Supreme Lord through this wonderful transcendental verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, text 31, which is on the board, you may please repeat after me. Tenatmanatmanam manam upaiti shantam. Upaiti shantam. Anandam anandamayo vasani. Etam gatim bhagavatim gato yaha.
You can just left it over there.
Okay,
You're
now
not
I'm
gonna
going to
change
mix
the
some
lighting
over
and-
here.
You're not gonna change the lighting on you, just leave it over there.
Okay, there we go. Sorry about all this up and down. Savai punarneha visajjatenga.
Savai Punarneha Visajatena.
Tenatmanatmanam upaiti shantam. Anandamanandamayo vasani. Etam gatim bhagavatim gato yaha. Savai punarneha visajjatenga. Tenatmanatmanam upaiti shantam. Anandamanandamayo vasani. Etam gatim bhagavatim gato yaha. Savai punarneha visajjatenga. Someone else?
Quick question. The dot on the third line, the dot under the H is not pronounced because it's not on the second
Correct,
line.
you're right. Thank you.
No, but this is 4 lines, so it's on the end.
So is that
No, it's the third. Only the second and fourth line is pronounced. He's
only
right.
second and fourth?
Okay, next, someone else, please.
No, that's not the end. If it's
Please repeat.
Sanatamanam
Shantam
Anandanam Anandamayo Vasane
Anandamayo
Etam Gatim Bhagavatim Gato Yaha
Itam Bhagavatim Gatoya
Savai Punarneha Vishajapegna
Savai Punarneha Vishajyatenga. Ladies,
Tenatmanatmanam upaiti shantam.
Inatmanapanapaiti Shantam
Anandamanandamayo vishavasane.
Anandamayo Vasani
Etam gatim bhagavatim gatoya. Savai punarneha vishajatenga.
Thank you. Word by word. Tena,
Tena
by that purified. Atmana,
Atmana
by the self.
by the self.
Atmanam,
Atmanam
the super soul.
the super soul.
Upaiti,
Upaiti
attains. Shantam,
Shantam
rest. Anandam,
Anandam
satisfaction.
satisfaction.
Anandamayaha,
Anandamaya
naturally so being.
naturally so being.
Avasane,
Avasani
being freed from all material contaminations.
being free from all material contamination.
Etam,
Etam
such.
such
Gatim,
Gatim
destination.
destination.
Bhagavatim,
Bhagavatim
devotional.
devotional.
Gataha,
Gata
attained by.
attained by.
Yaha,
Yeah.
the person.
The person.
Saha,
Saha.
he.
He.
Why?
Right.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Punaha,
Puna.
again.
Again.
Na,
Na.
never.
Never.
Iha,
Iha.
in this material world.
In this material world.
Vishajate,
Sajjate
becomes attracted.
becomes attracted.
Anga,
Anda.
O Maharaj Parikshit.
O Maharaj Parikshit.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Only the purified soul can attain the perfection of associating with the personality of Godhead in complete bliss and satisfaction in his constitutional state. Whoever is able to renovate such devotional perfection is never again attracted by this material world, and he never returns. Please repeat. Only the purified soul can attain the perfection
Only the purified soul can attain the perfection
of associating with the personality of Godhead in complete bliss and satisfaction.
of associating with the personality of Godhead in complete bliss and satisfaction
In his constitutional state.
in his constitutional state.
Whoever is able to renovate such devotional perfection
Whoever is able to renovate such devotional perfection
is never again attracted by this material world,
is never again attracted by this material world,
and he never returns.
and he never returns.
Purport. We should especially note in this verse the description of Gatim Bhagavatim. To become merged in the rays of Parabrahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as desired by the Brahmavadi impersonalist, is not Bhagavatim perfection. The Bhagavats never accept merging in the impersonal rays of the Lord, but always aspire after personal association with the Supreme Lord in one of the Vaikuntha planets in the spiritual sky. The whole of the spiritual sky, of which the total number of the material skies is only an insignificant part. Anyone tell me how much? 1/4. Very good. Is full of unlimited numbers of Vaikuntha planets. The destination of the devotee, the Bhagavat, is to enter into one of the Vaikuntha planets, in each of which the personality of Godhead, in his unlimited personal expansions, enjoys himself in the association of unlimited numbers of pure devotee associates. The conditioned souls in the material world, after gaining emancipation by devotional service, are promoted to these planets. But the number of ever liberated souls is far, far greater than the number of conditioned souls in the material world. and the ever-liberated souls in the Vaikuntha planets never care to visit this miserable material world. Here we are in this miserable material world. We are the prisoners in rehab, and we are trying to get back to our original constitutional position. So we are trying. The impersonalists who aspire to merge in the impersonal Brahma-Jyoti effulgence of the Supreme Lord, but have no conception of loving devotional service to Him in His personal form, in the spiritual manifestation, may be compared to certain species of fish, who, being born in the rivers and rivulets, migrate to the great ocean. They cannot stay in the ocean indefinitely, for their urge for sense gratification brings them back to the rivers and streams to spawn. Similarly, when the materialist becomes frustrated in his attempts to enjoy himself in the limited material world, he may seek impersonal liberation by merging either with the causal ocean or with the impersonal Brahma-Jyoti effulgence. However, as neither the causal ocean nor the impersonal Brahma-Jyoti effulgence affords any superior substitute for association and engagement of the senses, the impersonalist will fall again into the limited material world to become entangled once more in the wheel of births and deaths, drawn on by the inextinguishable desire for sensual engagement. But any devotee who enters the kingdom of God by transcendental engagement of his senses in devotional service, and who associates with the liberated souls and the personality of Godhead there, will never be attracted to the limited surroundings of the material world. In the Bhagavad Gita 8:15 also the same is confirmed, as the Lord says, the great Mahatmas or the Bhakti Yogis, after attaining my association, never come back to this material world, which is full of miseries and is non-permanent. So let's stop for a second and read this particular verse in Bhagavatam. It goes like this. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam naptuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gataha. The translation goes like this. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. The highest perfection of life, therefore, is to attain His association and nothing else. The Bhakti Yogi, being completely engaged in the Lord's service, has no attraction for any other process of liberation like jnana or yoga. A pure devotee is 100% devotee of the Lord and nothing more. We should further note in this verse the two words Shantam and Anandam, which denote that devotional service of the Lord can really bestow upon the devotee two important benedictions, namely peace and satisfaction. Anybody wants that?
Yes.
The impersonalist is desirous of becoming one with the Supreme, or in other words, he wants to become the Supreme, and this is our disease. I want to lord it over material nature. I am the controller. I am the doer. I am the enjoyer. Isn't it? This is a myth only. The mystic yogis become encumbered by various mystic powers and so have neither peace nor satisfaction. So neither the impersonalists nor the yogis can have real peace and satisfaction, but the devotee can become fully peaceful and satisfied because of his association with the complete whole. Therefore, merging in the absolute or attaining some mystic powers has no attraction for the devotee. Attainment of love of Godhead means complete freedom from all other attractions. The conditioned soul has many aspirations, such as becoming a religious man, a rich man, or a first-class enjoyer, or becoming God Himself, or becoming powerful like the mystics and acting wonderfully by getting anything or doing anything. But all these aspirations should be rejected by the prospective devotee who actually wants to revive his dormant love of God. The impure devotee aspires after all of the above mentioned material things by perfection of devotion. But a pure devotee has none of the tinges of the above contaminations, which are the influence of material desires, impersonal speculations, and attainment of mystic powers. One can attain the stage of love of God by pure devotional service or by a learned labor of love for the sake of the devotee's lovable object, the personality of Godhead. To be more clear, if one wants to attain the stage of love of Godhead, he must give up all desires for material enjoyment. He should refrain from worshipping any of the demigods, and he should devote himself only to the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He must give up the foolish idea of becoming one with the Lord and the desire to have some wonderful powers just to get the ephemeral adoration of the world. The pure devotee is only favorably engaged in the service of the Lord without any hope of emolument. This will bring about love of Godhead, or the stage of Shantam and Anandam, as stated in this verse. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumiritam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapatam. So this is a very long purport, and I thank you for your patience. Yes, Graham?
Oh, I just wanted to know what emolument means.
Emolument means payment or a reward or something done for something. Like I work for someone and these are my emoluments. It means what he gives me in exchange. But the pure devotee, he doesn't ask for anything from the Lord. And he is just content. Whatever the Lord gives him, whether it's punishment or reward, the devotee just accepts it. This is coming from my lovable Lord and I simply accept it as his mercy, because everything he does is good for me, whether I like it or not. So that is a very exalted stage. We have to strive to reach that stage because we are nothing but servants of Krishna and we are meant to serve the Lord. Just as a servant in the ordinary course of events. Let's say I'm working in an office, okay? I'm expected to do certain things. But every few hours I go to my boss and say, I think I've done a pretty good job. I think you should give me a raise. Oh, I think I need a break now. I think I need a vacation. If we keep going to the boss and ask, does that happen in real life? The ordinary course of events, we have to earn our rewards, isn't it? When you do a really outstanding job, then the boss is happy to give you something. Similarly, if we want to get promoted, we have to plug away at it, trying our level best to do an outstanding job. So Krishna wants to see us. Srila Prabhupada said, don't try to see Krishna. Act in such a way that Krishna wants to see you. So that is a humble endeavor. My dear Lord, because of my own stupidity, my own foolishness, my own craziness, I have fallen away from that which is the most sublime, the sweetest, the association of you. We actually belong to Krishna and we were with Krishna at one point. We have forgotten even what it was like because we are so covered over now. But actually our nature is to be blissful, completely joyful, completely happy, and ever increasingly happy in the bliss of loving Krishna purely. That was our original state actually. And by falling down, by falling from grace, by leaving Krishna, we are embroiled, we are entangled like fish in a net, gasping for breath, miserable in this material world, crying out, Krishna, please help me to come back to you. So, we have been actually given the very highest of paths. Srila Prabhupada has made it so easy. So easy. Chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare as the elevator. Instead of karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, this yoga, that yoga. If you go to India, you will see people struggling with so much of impersonalism, so much false conceptions, so much cheating and so much bigotry and so much speculation and what not. People are all trying to be happy. Anandamaya Vyasat. Isn't it? We all want to be happy. We don't want to be miserable. But nature has forced these bodies and these minds and these tribulations on us. But people are trying to get out of the entanglement and they have to go through so many painful things. I can remember, oh my gosh, before I came to Krishna consciousness by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, what all things I have tried. Socialism, communism, social welfare, blood donation, this thing, going to the ghettos, starting free clinics. I'm a doctor, I have to do social welfare, I have to do this. Tried so many things. This will make me happy. This will make me satisfied. This will be the ticket. Doesn't work that way. By our own mental speculation, we can never get out of this material world. It needs very special mercy of the pure devotee. Brahmanda bhavite kona bhagyavan jeev Guru Krishna prasade pai bhakti lata bij. After wandering for millions of lifetimes in the cycle of birth and death, one who is very fortunate gets the mercy of the pure devotee in the form of the seed of loving devotional service. How valuable this is. How fortunate this is. How rare is it. How many lifetimes we have wandered up and down, sometimes like an ant, sometimes like a Brahma, sometimes like a cockroach, an elephant, a whale, a spider, or this or that. But now we have come to human form, and in human form we have attained the greatest and the most wonderful fortune of being able to go back to Krishna. What can be more fortunate than this? And how carefully we have to guard that treasure of Bhakti Lata Bij. Just yesterday, His Grace Yogendra Prabhu was reading about how we must guard the Bhakti Lata Bij, how carefully we must protect it, how we must avoid the Hasti Aparad, the mad elephant offense of hurting and offending the pure devotees of the Lord. Not just pure devotees, any devotee, because who knows? We may think they are impure, but they may be the pure devotees of the Lord in the guise of being very humble and very meek. We don't know. They may be very exalted souls actually. So we cannot afford to offend any devotee. Anyone. Whether a very humble neophyte or a very powerful, that humble neophyte may go on to become a great big guru. And then one day you will look at him and say, oh my God, this is the fellow I cursed and threatened and bullied and annoyed. Then you have to go and fall at his feet and beg his pardon and all that stuff. So we don't want to land up in difficulties. We want to carefully protect very nicely this Bhakti Lata Bij by the process of hearing, chanting, watering, and carefully pulling out the weeds, the anarthas, anartha nivritti. Anartha nivritti is a very important stage. Until we cover that, we will not reach Nishtha. At least 75% of our anarthas have to be completely eradicated for us to reach the stage of Nishtha, steadiness. That is, no matter what, I will chant my 16 rounds. No matter what, I will come for darshanarti or whatever is your program, whatever you have decided is your program, you stick to it no matter what. That steadiness attracts more and more mercy from the Lord. And it's only the fourth state, by the way. Then there's asakti, then there's ruchi, then there's bhava, and there's prema. And each of the higher stages, again, there are 8-10 stages of each. It's not like one state, then another. Each has its own level. So we have a long way to go. But we are on our way. That's the most important thing, isn't it? And how fortunate we are that we are escaping. Look at this position of the poor impersonalists. They try to merge in the impersonal Brahmajyoti, but like fish who have migrated to the ocean, they cannot stay in the ocean indefinitely, for their urge for sense gratification brings them back to the rivers and streams to spawn. At least we don't have that problem. We know we have to engage our senses, our minds, our energies, our time, our money, and our everything in the service of the Lord. And what happens when we do that? We actually become very, very satisfied and very pleased. Because purifying the senses of Krishna means our senses get purified. And with purified senses, we can actually taste spiritual happiness, which is the real happiness. What can we enjoy on the material level? Very limited, very temporary, not much there. Sorry. But with spiritual senses, Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. With purified senses, we can begin to get taste, sweet taste of the holy name. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And slowly, as the contamination of the heart starts clearing, everything becomes more and more sweet. Isn't it? You ask all these devotees who have been steadily serving for so many years, what is it that attracts you, Mata, to come every day to the temple, to sweep the temple room, to do so much service? There's a sweetness. You get attracted to that, and then you can't live without it. You cannot live without that sweetness. It's like being like fish out of water. Where's my service? How can I do it nicely? How can I do it better? How can I do more? So that is awakening. That is awakening of our dormant love for Krishna. Little by little, we will finally make it to that stage where we also can become pure. Staying in the fire. Just as an iron becomes red hot by being in the fire, we want to stay in the fire of purification. No matter what is happening, we want to keep plugging, saying, thank you, Krishna. When there's adversity, we say, thank you, Krishna. One more shackle to this material world is broken. And one step closer to you. Thank you. And when the going is good, we say, thank you again. I've got nice facilities, I've got nice association, I've got these nice books, I've got nice prasadam, I'm going to toughen up and do even better. So just like a good businessman, like Guru Maharaj described, when the market is going up, he makes a profit. When the market is going down, he makes a profit. Similarly, the devotee, whether the circumstances are good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, we keep making advancement slowly, closer and closer to Krishna. Why? Because there's nothing here anyway. Here it is said very clearly, the highest perfection of life, therefore, is to attain his association and nothing else. The Bhakti Yogi, being completely engaged in the Lord's service, has no attraction for any other process of liberation like jnana or yoga. A pure devotee is 100% devotee of the Lord and nothing more. So we might sometimes say, oh Krishna, when will I become this pure devotee? When will I give up all these horrible things, these pangs in the heart, and give up all this material attachment, material desire? Don't worry. It will happen. Just keep going. Srila Prabhupada said, just keep on chanting. All your problems will be solved. Material and spiritual. So we must have great faith. Srila Prabhupada has come to deliver us. He's given us this wonderful process of Bhakti Yoga in which there is no loss. There's only gain. We want to have that, isn't it? We want to have the supreme gain, which is what? Association of Krishna. And just as the previous verse said, His Grace Yogendra Prabhu was reading, that even while in this material world, we can be completely with Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says this. It is not that I'm just, fooling you over here. Let me see if I can find that particular verse. This is no, I should have marked it so that I'm not hunting for it like this. Oh yes, here it is. When one reaches the lotus feet of Lord Krishna at Golok Vrindavan, the watering process of hearing and reading, as also chanting of the holy name in the pure devotional state fructifies, and the fruits grown there in the form of love of God are tangibly tasted by the devotee, even though he is here in this material world. The ripe fruits of love of God are relished only by the devotees constantly engaged in the watering process as described above. So we want to taste that ripe fruit. We want to reach that point where we are tasting the sweetness of loving devotional service to Krishna in a very much conscious state that this is what I'm supposed to do. This is who I am. This is not artificial. This is who I am supposed to be, the pure servant of the Lord. So of course we may have so many other things going on, so many desires, but if we keep on plugging away at it, one day, slowly, all the contamination will be cleared away. And we will read, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kanchati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. Which is very, very important state, because in this state, then we can enter into the kingdom of God. Then we can actually enter into who we really are, the loving association. I'm going to read out this translation because I don't really have it correctly, by heart. I will say something, yes. One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. Na shochati, na kanchati. No more hankering. No more lamenting. Don't we want to get there? Free from the pangs of wanting this and that and that and that of this material world? Sure we do. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. So our endeavor is to stay in the fire of purification. If we are not in the fire, it means we are not really getting closer to Krishna. We really need to beg for Krishna's mercy and say, Krishna, please bring on everything. Please help me. I want to really come back to you. But of course, if you are not ready, don't make this prayer. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj says this prayer. My dear Lord, whatever is required to bring on full surrender unto you, please bring it on. And whatever is detrimental and preventing me from full surrender, please take it away. But be careful. If you are not ready, don't make this prayer. It's a very heavy thing because Krishna will immediately start doing things that you will think, oh Krishna! So be careful. What you ask for you will get it. I can attest to this. For 7 years I've been making this prayer and Krishna is giving it to me, sucking it. So it's not very easy, but if we are very, very conscious that this is what I want in this very lifetime, I want to come back to you. No matter what the cost, no matter what the price I have to pay, I really want to get back because Kali Yuga is a very difficult age and I don't want to take birth again. Please help me. And Srila Prabhupada said this, finish up your business in this lifetime because who knows what the future will be. Who knows whether you will be able to pick up again. You might say, oh, I have some more lifetime, no problem, I'll pick it up. But whatever blocked you in this lifetime could very likely come up again and block you in the next. Who is to say? So why wait around? Why not try for the best? So on that happy note, I will say thank you for listening patiently. Hare Krishna. So let's open up for questions. Sorry?
I said thank you very much.
You're welcome, Prabhu. Thank you for your blessing. Yes, Gokul Prabhu.
I was just that you were saying that you had done social, welfare and other, because of your being a doctor, trying to help people in this way, and there was no satisfaction. But if you did that with Krishna consciousness, it would still be. In other words, the activity can stay the same, but you just add Krishna.
Oh, of course. Yes, that is true. To be frank with you now, when I go to Mayapur, after a few months maybe, who knows, whenever Krishna decides to send me there, I have been told that I can revive my my practice as a pediatrician and help in the Bhaktivedanta hospital over there. So I can add that along with my therapy services, which is ongoing. Definitely, it's a consideration. Yes, thank you for pointing out that it's not a waste. I would think, what did I do all that for? Now Krishna is showing me, yes, you can use it in that. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Mother Maharani.
I want to share what yesterday we were communicating a little bit, and then you sent something to me. What Radhanath Maharaj? It came at the right time because right after that, my husband gave me an assignment, and I was like, don't know whether I can do this or not. I was going to try, and I used all what that paragraph said, and then I tried to see. Everything happened, not a blade of grass moves without Krishna's arrangement,
Yes.
So if you use Krishna, and it's all Krishna's arrangement,
Yes.
If I say, if I go, I do this, and all, it's all happening because of Krishna. It's not just you, me, and everybody else.
Of course.
It's Krishna's arrangement. If you're supposed to do something higher cost than what you're doing now, it will be revealed. Everything you try to do is going to fail. That means you're supposed to go do something else bigger.
Sure.
And sometimes we're not understanding this thing, We're
Yeah,
seeing
Ravana.
our perception. But what that Maharaj's little note
Yes.
and Astika Prabhu's little advice about you don't use all your strength in the beginning was like in combination, and I wanted to put it to work, and it worked.
Yes.
It
Yes,
doesn't fail,
that's why, words emanating from the lotus mouth of our spiritual master, and do not desire anything else. Why we sing that prayer every day? Make the words emanating from the lotus mouth of our spiritual master one with your heart, and do not desire anything else. Why? The pure devotee is only interested in your welfare. He has no other consideration. He takes birth in this material world just to deliver you. Imagine how seriously we must take the words of the spiritual master. So we cannot afford to take these things lightly. We have to take it very seriously. And I'm so glad that that little note which I sent from Radhanath Maharaj was helpful, because this process is so wonderful that in the association of devotees we can attain all perfection. It is only actually in the association of devotees that we can really gain everything that is necessary to help us go back to Godhead. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Everything is here. Everything is here. Prabhupada has given us everything we need. Have no doubts whatsoever. We just need to find out how to apply it. And that comes in the association of devotees. We need to take guidance. That comes in the association of devotees. We need to clarify our doubt. That comes in the association of devotees. We need kindness and friendship and consideration and care and love. And that comes in the association of devotees. So association, association, association.
And also offenses, when we do offenses, we don't realize that we are offending. We just become very arrogant about it. That what our perception, this is right, this is wrong. And then while you're doing this, you're making the offenses. You have to be very careful. That's what brings us down.
Oh, of course. Very quickly.
And you can't move.
Right. Krishna does not like offenses to his devotees. He will take offenses against himself, but against his devotees, oh gosh, very severe. I have received instantly punishment. Instant. And so immediately I know, oh my gosh, I messed up. And then you go and fall at the feet of that Vaishnava and beg their pardon, because you know unless they pardon you, your spiritual life is not going anywhere. In fact, if we do not do that, our growth can actually be arrested. We can just be stuck over there. Very important, Mother. Thank you for bringing that out. Yes, Krishna Shaya Prabhu. And Mother Haridwani next.
I was just looking at this verse, I think when you were talking about the garden, that was 2230, isn't it? And point 6 was interesting that we talk about not a blade of grass moves without Krishna allowing it, but it's a blessing that you had instant reaction. Because in point 6 it says, sufficient care is not taken, then the watering process may only help to breed weeds, stunning the healthy growth of the main creeper, resulting in no fructification of the ultimate requirement, the love of God. We could put water, and if you're a gardener, you put water on, you don't instantly see things shoot up.
Right.
So it's such a blessing that you got instant reaction. Many times we can do offenses, and we don't see the result of that offense until it pops up in our face months or years later.
Right. We have to be so careful to guard our Bhakti Lata bead. And here, this is another very important point which Yogendra Prabhu also pointed out yesterday. This one is so important for us actually because offense is mad elephant offense, watering weeds, material enjoyment, disobedience. Okay. 7. The devotee must therefore be very careful to uproot the different weeds in the very beginning. Only then will the healthy growth of the main creeper not be stunted. So let us take it as today is the beginning. Because who knows how long we have neglected it. So let us take it like, today I will begin. Today I will really take care to pull out all the weeds. Today I will be more watchful. Srila Prabhupada said, first become conscious, then you can become Krishna conscious. So at least let us become conscious. What we are saying, what we are doing, how we are behaving, how we are acting, what we are thinking about. Because the mind is a rascal. It will take you all over the place. So carefully watching the mind. It's like, keeping a dog on the leash all the time and pulling back to the holy name, back to Krishna, not here, there. So constantly practicing, yes. It's like riding a tiger. This mind, you can't get off. You have to constantly keep it under control. Otherwise, you have to keep it like a caged beast. You have to make sure the padlock is very strong. Otherwise, the mind will just out and like a wild animal, it drags you everywhere. Isn't it? So yes, we have to be very careful. Very, very careful. Mother Haridwari?
I decided not to say that.
Okay.
I got something. This verse that you quoted at the end, 1854, is, I'll read it again for everyone. One who's thus transcendentally situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed toward every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. Is that not a perfect description of Nishta?
Yes.
Rather than externally, because new people can externally always come to the program and do those things because they're new and it's exciting. And they might start thinking, well, I'm at Nishta. People don't know. But actually, this is like, because after that, the higher stages are pure devotional service.
Yes, very true, very true. We have to try. We have to try to attain this stage by this process. It's difficult. And our situation is pretty hopeless, given how contaminated, at least personally speaking. But because Srila Prabhupada is so merciful, we can hope against hope. We can really plead with the Lord, yes, I'm very contaminated, I'm so fallen, I'm really a hopeless case. But you are so merciful and you have come, especially in this age, to deliver the most fallen. Patit Pavana. He's so merciful. So please give me your mercy. Please help me get a little better. Just a little bit better. And little by little, like a small child. Of course we will stumble and fall. Srila Prabhupada said that. That's natural, isn't it? A small child, as it's just beginning to walk, how many times it stumbles and falls? So we are going to stumble. We are going to fall. But we get up and keep walking. The child doesn't stop walking saying, oh, I fell down, now I'm never going to get up. No. It gets right back up and keeps going. So yes, we will have stumbles, we will fall. Srila Prabhupada said to fall down is third class, but to get back up is first class. So why we should not take courage from the fact that Srila Prabhupada has come to give us the most wonderful destination back to Krishna. So let us all chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. And let us resolve. Today is a new beginning. Today I will start afresh. Today I will really try. Why not? Why not? We can do it. With Krishna's mercy, the impossible becomes possible. Yes?
Yeah.
Haribol. So thank you all very much. I hope everyone is satisfied with all the questions. Anybody else?
I just wanted to remind the devotees that this Monday is the first Monday of July, and so the first Monday we're supposed to have the ISKCON here in lieu of the Bhagavatam class, and I don't know who's facilitating it.
Oh, okay.
But everybody,
First Monday of every month, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, and actually people that live on the farm, it should be like mandate
Right.
for them. But of course, everyone can come because it's so valuable, the input from the devotees.
Okay. Please,
And I
everybody,
don't know,
make a note of that. Put that in your calendar.
ISKCON has kind of a bad connotation. So I don't know, maybe we can think about a different name for it. We used to call it, when we had it every Monday, it was like a debriefing because it was a really good way to communicate between the
CMT
and the devotees at large. So I don't know, maybe somebody can come up with a different name.
Okay.
Yes.
Heart-to-heart talks.
What is ISKCON?
ISKCON is when the devotees come together and they have the opportunity to voice their concerns. But it turns into, like historically, ISKCON have turned into kind of a, check your weapons at the door kind of a session. I mean, not always, but it can get like that. And so it's, that's why I said ISKCON has kind of a bad connotation. But it's an exchange that should be really positive, like what are the areas of concern that we can address so that, we can
Do better.
become Krishna conscious and help others to become Krishna conscious.
Haribol. Thank you, Mother Haradwani. So maybe we can quit the class and then you'll carry on. Is that okay?
There's a plaque right there next to Mother Haradwani that shows what our vision and mission statement is. So if you see any clashing that's going on anywhere in the community, please bring it to our attention.
Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Gaur Premanande.